right, it is week 3 of Lent, and this week we are talking about comfort zones and why it is important to break out of them. So I'm going to start with an excerpt from the book. While doing some Googling to find something to talk about, I came across the following quote: "A comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there." I connected with it immediately because taking on new challenges is a way to break out of your comfort zone. I decided to use the quote for the team meeting. I found a cool picture of a lizard shedding its skin to reveal a new layer of beautiful, brightly colored skin. And I talked about the importance of pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zones to learn new things, grow, etc. Grow. That was the real revelation. It was right in front of me, but at the time I didn't connect at all. I didn't see it. But I do now. It's not so much the challenge that's important, it's the growth that results from overcoming that challenge. Each challenge I've tackled forced me out of my comfort zone for sure, but what was the growth that really resulted from it? I still really love that quote, "A comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there," because it's so true, and we all have comfort zones. We have them from how we live our daily lives, to our jobs, to our relationships, and for the most part, there's nothing wrong with comfort zones. There's nothing wrong with routines, and there's nothing wrong with habits. The issue lies when we are either so attached to them that they become part of our identity, or they're holding us back from being the person we really want to be or living the life that we really want. So I will give an example from my own life. When I was in my mid-20s, I had a very set weekend routine of the beach and bar hopping. Now, on the surface, there's nothing wrong with that. I was in my 20s, I didn't have a lot of responsibilities, so I went out and had fun on the weekends. No big deal. Where the issue lies is that I was so attached to that routine as who I was. I was a party girl, and to be honest, I didn't know who I was without that routine. So I was very dependent on it as part of my identity. And the reason I was so attached to it was that I was seeking acceptance. Now, what's on the flip side of seeking acceptance? It's fear of rejection. So I was too afraid to let go of those routines and those habits and that comfort zone to find out who I really was without it. And that's where it was holding me back from maybe being the person that I really wanted to be. Our brains are really good at pattern recognition. So it takes the habits that we have and the ways that we think, and it turns those into patterns, and those all become our comfort zone. So this week, focus on trying to identify and maybe breaking out of some of your comfort zones. And that could be as small as the route that you drive to work, or where you park in the grocery store, or the section of the room where you put your yoga mat, or maybe it's something bigger and you identify where is fear holding you back. And maybe you decide to push through it, like you speak up in the meeting and you apply for the different job, or you tell somebody how you really feel about them. Whether it's big or small, there will be an impact, because when we start to break out of our comfort zone, it starts to break down some of those patterns in our brain, and it just opens our mind up to a whole new world of possibilities.